Tune in.
This is your Friday Night Live podcast, photo and entertainment in Middle Georgia sales and services.
Coke don't worry about Pepsi. I had to go see a man about a music.
Look at here, look at here.
A-Town down.
And you better not lose.
Tune in.
Not so fast, my friend.
You better say it with your chest.
Come on now, shout it.
And you better not lose. And you better watch your mouth now.
I am a Lego.
Better shut your mouth.
Yes, I am. I don't mean to interrupt. Better say it with your chest. Let's get it.
And you better not lose.
Man, say what you want to say. We lost. Hey, I'm mad. I'm mad. I ain't got nothing.
We ain't even say that.
Like that. We
All I
can't
heard-
welcome the people to the podcast.
All I heard was bet not lose. La 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 la. And you bet not lose. We lost, and I'm still here. I'm still standing.
Son,
Well,
you sound salty to me, brother.
No,
I mean, he just, let's face it head on. We can't even get hello out.
Right.
Welcome to the podcast, people. He just like, go ahead, let's just get this over with, damn it.
nah, man. I'm gonna be honest though, and I know I'm gonna say it again throughout this podcast later on, but as a diehard City Grove fan, we never should have been in that situation to begin with. We should have stopped them on 4th and 22, and we had the game in hand from there. But we didn't, and that allowed us to get into that situation for that bad touchdown call to happen.
Yes.
So,
And then they take a
I'm gonna leave it
touchdown
at
away
that.
from y'all.
Huh?
They took a touchdown away from y'all early in the second quarter, didn't they?
Yeah, it was a touchdown when we ended up settling for a field goal. But I'm not even talking about that. I don't even care about that touchdown. It's the 4th and 22 and what conspired after the fact.
Yeah.
That's my big thing.
When I saw it was 4th and 22, I was like, uh-oh. You know, I said, well, looks like City Grove got another one. And then I saw that, I was like, what in the world? And then he actually got the 4th and I was like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
That's what happens when you play man up deep, when you play man in the secondary. That's what happens. Everybody's back was hurt, and then they only turn around because of the crowd. That's what they're used to.
That's bad business. That didn't work.
Nah, it ain't bad business because we've been doing it all year. But the thing is, it's that situation there, the defensive end went too far wide outside, went too far upfield instead of going up 3 to 5 yards and breaking down.
So it was a breakdown in coverage. Is that
No,
what
it
happened?
was a breakdown in the pass rush. That's where it was. Because if you watch the play, like I said, the defensive end went up the field about 10 yards.
He did.
Instead of going up the field about 5 and breaking down like he was supposed to contain the quarterback. Because we know he can run.
Yeah.
And then, like I say, on the back end in the secondary, everybody's playing man coverage, so they got their backs turned to the quarterback. All they're doing is playing off of either communication between each other or the crowd.
Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night.
So it is what it is. Like I said, that 4th and 22 is what cost us the game, not that bad call. Because even if they had called the call correctly, who knows what would have happened after that. But we'll never know, though, because we never got that chance. And that's the part that hurts the most, though.
And you better not lose.
Oh, we lost. It is what it is. I ain't got no problem with that. I'll take the loss only because of the 4th and 22. I do not accept the loss because of the touchdown, with the touchdown call, but with the 4th and 22 play, I'll take the loss.
I got you.
But
I mean, you will, but I don't think they will. I don't think anybody else will. Because it was so blatant.
Well, and I get that, but the thing is, though, the real fans of the game, those that played the game and really understand the game, it's the 4th and 22 that hurts the most.
Yeah.
Not the bad call, because we already understand what conspired from the kickoff up to that point. We had bad. EJ, in my opinion, played his worst game of his high school career tonight.
Mm-hmm.
He did. He played one of the worst games of his passing wise. Yeah,
because he was running, and he was able to run, and it looked pretty good.
Yeah, but passing wise, it was one of the worst games he's played all year. Because if he was off, he always came back in the second half and was on. But he missed pretty much all his deep balls.
He did. And and the plays that were drawn up, they were beautiful plays if they could have been executed, but he just kept overthrowing the man.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that would have been a touchdown. I kept saying that.
Yeah. Now I will say this. I don't care what can't nobody say nothing bad about EJ. The boy got hard because the injuries he was dealing with in this game, for him to come out and, the boy played with heart. Regardless of what the outcome was, he played with heart. But it's one of the worst games it's one of the worst games I've seen him play in his whole career. And I've been watching him the whole time he's been up there. This is the worst game ever.
You think it was nerves? Because he didn't play at all in the state championship game last year, right?
He didn't play last year, but he played in the playoffs.
Yeah. So maybe it was a little bit of nerves. I mean, next year he'll be
settled in and ready for the stage. It could be.
Yeah.
It could have been. We don't know. But
he really is. He is a sophomore.
Yeah, he is a sophomore. And that was his first time actually starting and being on that stage. And but like I say, at the end of the day, man, that's the worst game I've ever seen him play so far in his high school career.
Congratulations, O'Neal, to Webb County.
Oh yeah, congratulations to the Ware County Gators. Matter of fact, congratulations. This was one of the better. Was one of the better GHSA playoff years, I must say. Even with the controversial call, because I mean it was a terrible call. I mean, it was but it was even worse than that. I mean, I was like, because my aunt and I were sitting, and my cousin talking, and my aunt was at this, that's touchdown. That ain't no touchdown. And next thing I know, they holding their dang on hands up. I was like, where? They can't be right. And then next thing I know, they keep a field goal.
Man, we sitting there in the stadium and are like, what just happened? Because we done seen the set so many times now in the game, and okay, we know we're gonna blitz to that side. And dude, the ball carrier ran straight up in the back of his lineman and got stopped.
To me, the officiating yesterday was a whole lot better than officiating from the day.
Yes, it was. But even in that Langston Hughes game, it was a little suspect. But it was better than it was tonight. It surely was.
Yeah.
It was.
But like I say, the bad call on the touchdown, it is what it is. If we had did what we were supposed to do and stopped them on 4th and 22, we would have never been in that position in the first place. And that's my biggest thing. Yeah. That's the part that hurts me. Is I don't care about the bad call on the touchdown. It's the 4th and 22. We had them stopped, and we had the game in hand.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand how people play.
I still would care about that call. I still would care about that call. I get what you're saying, and you're right.
Don't get me wrong.
You shouldn't have come to that.
Exactly. It never should have got to that point, and we allowed it to get to that point and allowed the game to stay in the referee's hands by letting them convert that 4th and 22.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
I mean, go ahead, Mo. I'm sorry.
It wasn't Sandy. I see what Marquis said in the comments. Say Sandy Creek cheated. It wasn't Sandy Creek. It was the referees. It wasn't Sandy Creek. It was the referee. So
They probably they know them folk, but I'm gonna be quiet. I don't like Sandy Creek either. But
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah, they know them people. But now I will say I was surprised, especially at the beginning of the game, that Sandy Creek moved the ball. So cut your bright lights off, man. I have a little road rage, so I'm gonna try to keep it together. Okay, so even at the beginning, and I was like, "What's going on?" Because now Sandy Creek, the line was really, I was like, what's going on?"
Well,
I mean,
I'm gonna tell you what happened.
What
We
happened?
had it's not an excuse, but it is what happened. We had a key lineman get hurt
Ah,
on that first drive, and
okay.
he hurt his knee, and he never came back in.
Mhm.
That
So
freshman
yeah,
linebacker y'all got, he good.
oh yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
But it was the lineman getting hurt that hurt us the most on that first drive. When that lineman went down, we had depth at the line, but that dude there, he is very disruptive from the defensive tackle spot, number 54.
Uh huh.
I don't know his name off the top, but when he got hurt, that really changed our identity on defense because our identity on defense is that front four.
Right.
And he's the one, and he is one of the guys that applies a lot of pressure and causes a lot of havoc in the backfield.
And
And
and and they feed off of him too. I'm sure the other
yeah,
ones feed off of him. It's a chemistry
yeah,
thing.
yeah. And now here's the scary part though. The kid is only what, a freshman? The kid is just a freshman.
Number
Just a freshman.
54.
Yeah, he's just a freshman. That's the scary part about it.
Wow. He's huge.
Whoa. Whoa. Like for real.
So
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we've said it's difficult to. I said it before. It's difficult to beat the same team, a good team, twice in the in a year.
nah,
It's difficult. But now again, but it was a very exciting game, very hard hitting game. It was very physical. I saw a lot of speed out there. Um, I saw a lot of good execution. It's just, um, I don't know.
yeah,
Those
like
passes were,
it was our passing game was totally off. Now I
mhm,
will say this on the passing game. I'm not gonna put it all on EJ because
mhm.
if you actually paid attention, they was holding our receivers all night long. Because
They were.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. When you're playing receiver, you want to stack the cornerback. And when we got the
Mhm.
cornerback stacked, they will pull on us and hold us from going any further past them. That's why you're seeing, and that's another reason why we're seeing a lot of deep balls missed because they were grabbing and pulling on us, which is what they did in the first game that we played them. It never got called, but it got called in this game. But it only got called one time.
Mhm.
But at the same time, though, we can't complain about it because we're supposed to be teaching our receivers to be physical. But it's nothing you can do when you stack the cornerback and you got him on your downfield hip and that's what he's pulling on. There's really nothing you can do. Or when
Mhm.
they come up to you and put an arm bar on you to where you can only put one hand up for the ball. There's nothing you can do about that. It's on the ref to make that call when they're either tugging on your jersey or putting the
And if they
arm
don't,
bar up
you just
for you.
got to play through it.
Yeah, you got to play through it.
Yeah, you
But
just
like
gotta
I
play
say,
through it.
yeah, we never should have been. We never should have been in the position because of the 4th and 22 though. At the end of the day, and I'm gonna leave it
Yeah,
at that.
that was
4th and 22. That changed the whole out. That changed the outcome of the game. What's going
it
on, yo?
did. Hey,
What's
Genuine.
going on, people? What's going on?
Not much.
What's going on, yo?
Just leaving my auntie set up, man. Just need to be around my fam right
Praying
now.
for y'all.
Yeah, praying for y'all, man.
For sure, for sure,
Praying for y'all.
for sure.
Antonio, ain't nobody making no excuses, Antonio. So what I'm saying is real talk. I'm not making excuses. Like I say, if it wasn't for that 4th and 22 getting converted, it would have been. We'd be having a totally different conversation right now.
Can I tell you something though, bro, about that 4th and 22?
What's up?
I didn't understand because you know that you're gonna play a soft cover and like a prevent defense, but you're supposed to have a spy to spy that quarterback. Everybody turned around and ran down the field and left that wide open for him. I don't know if that was a call play or if somebody just missed an assignment. But
No, it wasn't. No, like I said it earlier. What City Grove does is we play man up zero coverage in the secondary. If you notice, we play zero coverage a lot in this game. The issue was on that particular play. If you go back and watch the film, the defensive end to the left-hand side, the left defensive end went up the field too far. That allowed the quarterback to come underneath him and scramble. The secondary, everybody had their back turned.
yeah,
Until they heard the crowd cheering.
and see, that's what I'm saying. That's understandable because your linebackers are still you're still supposed to spy. Anytime you playing a prevent or you out of that zero coverage, so you playing a blanket across a first down marker or a touchdown or something, you got to have a linebacker spy. You can't have him turn his back and run down the field also, because you gotta account for that quarterback. So that's my point that I'm saying. I don't know if that was what Cedar Grove called or what. I know the defensive end reacted wrong and he was able to get up underneath him, but you should have had a linebacker spying him at all times.
Or if you didn't have a linebacker spot, you should have had a linebacker underneath the end zone at a minimum.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though,
Now, let me.
when you look at it, it was a missed tackle. Or I ain't gonna say a missed tackle, dude. I mean, the quarterback made a nice little cut.
Yeah, he made a hell of a play. You can't. I mean, although it was 4th and 22, you could talk about blown coverages or missed assignments or whatever, but you still have to congratulate that quarterback because he did make a hell of a play.
Oh, for sure. That's all. I mean,
Antonio said no spy on the quarterback. Antonio said no spy on the quarterback, and once he got out of the pocket, it was a wrap.
That's what I saw also, Tick. They didn't account for the quarterback. And when you turn your back and just run down the field with these receivers, and they trying to get the first down, so they going down field. Shit, the first down marker wide open.
and that's what happened. I mean,
Not to spy that quarterback situation.
I feel you, but that wasn't a defense call. It was basically zero coverage. Everybody man up, linebackers drop deep, and that's what happened. And he made a move on one linebacker. I know for a fact. I can't remember what happened to the other linebacker, but that's basically what it was on that play. Everybody pretty much had their backs to the play. Once they heard the crowd cheering, they turned around like, "What's going on?" Like, oh, it was too late then.
You know, I understand why people do prevent defense, but I've never liked it, like ever.
See, that's the thing. We don't play zone that much. That's the thing about City Grove. They don't play zone. They will cover you man up. That's why, if you notice in the game, they only really threw to one side of the field, and that was to the right side. They stayed away from Kaylin Lee as much as possible.
Shit, I see why. Kaylin Lee really kept y'all in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
But Caden Lee been doing that all year. The only people that really tried to attack Caden Lee was Mill Creek, and they tried to attack him with down. And Colquitt County attacked him with screen. And the way Colquitt County was affected with it was because they were throwing linemen out there that he had to get through to make a play. But for the most part, though, Mill Creek was trying to eat him up with Caleb down.
Well, I knew Caleb
Tick
Down was
said,
special.
Tick says, Sandy Creek's head coach knew y'all were in zero coverage and he had no intent of throwing the ball, honestly.
Because, all right, you got to go back to the previous game. Go back to the first game, the first game between City Grove and Sandy Creek. In that game, both defenses had blown coverage in the secondary. That's why the score was the way it was. All right. This game here, both teams were go back and look at the film. Up until the fourth quarter, both teams were pretty much playing a zero coverage. Sandy Creek safety playing within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. Like I said, the only reason our receivers couldn't make, one of the reasons our receivers couldn't make plays downfield is because once they stacked that cornerback was doing the same thing from the first game. Holding, pulling on jerseys, pulling on pants. That's one of the reasons why we really want completing deep balls outside of EJ playing one of the worst games of his high school career.
Well, I think it was bad officiating. I think it was. I think it gave y'all a interference on Carr down the field. I think that was a good play. And on the ones that he was getting pass interference on, they went calling. So I don't know what was going on because it wasn't just a Cedar Grove game. I saw a lot of games this weekend where it was just some terrible officiating.
It was.
Forget all that. All right, here's my question. After Sandy Creek scored the phantom touchdown, because that's what we're going to call it from here on out, the phantom touchdown, okay?
Yes, it was.
They kicked off. They called a holding on City Grove on that ensuing kickoff. All we saw, because the run, the kick return came up City Grove sideline. All we saw was a clean block. I'm trying to figure out where that hole was at.
I don't know.
All right, Anthony, Mr. Odom, when it came to number 6, when he was against Caitlin Lee, once again, it goes back to what I said. Sandy Creek primarily passed to the right side. They stayed away from Caitlin Lee. So when number 6 lined up against Caitlin Lee, they never threw to him. When he went against the other side, he was going up against Ricky Lee, who plays receiver and DB, and he was going up against number 15. I don't know his name, but I know he's a young kid. And number 6, I mean, the kid got wheels. The kid's fat. And 15 got caught looking in the backseat several times. Luckily, a lot of the throws were overthrown, but those that he connected on, 15 was in position. That's why you kept saying 15 and 1 get switched out at cornerback, because 15, in our opinion, in the fan base opinion, is the better cornerback than Ricky Lee. So we prefer to have 15 in there playing.
One was kind of off today, and that kind of hurt y'all because y'all was already behind the 8 ball with the officiating.
Yeah.
But what you call it? And Tick said he was confused on that kickoff holding call too.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Please tell me where the holding call was at on that last kick return that City Grove had going up City Grove sideline. We
Yeah, I
don't
didn't
see
see
it.
one.
It was
I
We
never saw it.
it was much.
all we know is it was a good
So,
straight up block, but we don't know where the holding call came in at.
Yeah,
yeah,
I
they
don't
showed the
think it
replay
was.
and said it. It looked to be a clean block. It looked to be a clean block. But that's the
Yeah,
point that I'm
so
making. It was against Cedar Grove from the start.
I mean,
Um,
you can say that, man. But my biggest thing, like I say, outside of the 4th and 22, my biggest thing is I've never seen EJ have a game like this. In the past, his passing game was totally off. I've never seen EJ have
Yeah.
a passing game like this. His
yeah, it
rushing,
Yeah.
was.
him running, it was there. That's what he's been doing all year. But that passing, I don't know what was going on outside of Sandy Creek holding receivers. But other than that, I've never seen him have a passing game like this before.
Like I said,
Well,
I think some of it was that he's a sophomore and this was his first time on the big stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah.
And it
I,
could have been a little overconfident. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm gonna say this just to go off what you're saying, babe. You could tell it was emotions. You could tell he was amped up because you got fast receivers on Cedar Grove. It's hard
Hmm.
to overthrow a fast receiver. You got to put it up there and let them run up under. That kid had extra juice to be overthrowing the receivers as far as he was overthrowing them. So being
Hmm.
young, being on that stage, the excitement, he probably was just a little juiced up for that game.
Yeah.
I mean, it could have been adrenaline. It could have been adrenaline. But at the end of the day, I've never seen him play like that. I've never seen his passing game like that. Never.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I was glad to see when they started bringing in the short passing game to try and get him on track and give him a rhythm. But then they got away from it. And then we were kind of pissed. We were very upset that they got away from the run game on that second and third drive of the game because we was like, you killing them with the running game. What's the problem? Why are you getting away from
Um, I
Uh,
think I think when they came down to that field goal where it got blocked, I think Colson got in on that quarterback sneak too.
it? He did. He
Yeah, I
did.
think
it
he got in.
is. It was
He
a
did.
touchdown. Tony, Tick said he said he was a Legoland fan in the stands, rocking with y'all. Mike, he said he had on all his Northeast gear too.
Why he ain't come holler at me? I would have sitting up. I would have. Why he ain't come holler at me?
Well,
Hey,
he
but bro, they said you was on TV, man. I ain't even get to see you become a superstar, man. I ain't seen you.
I
I'll
ain't
give you
see
my.
you
I'll
either.
give you my autograph. I'll give you my autograph.
Hey, Mr. Robert, how are you? And
Now,
I'm gonna go ahead.
I was just gonna move on to that Ware County because man, I
Oh
saw Ware County
yeah.
live. I watching Ware
Woo,
County live. That number
woo.
18 playing linebacker, defensive end, outside linebacker, whatever he play. That kid's true.
I didn't see all of that game because my aunt trained to the Army Navy game, but I saw parts of it. I only saw the first part of it, but yes, he was.
Man, let me
Um,
tell you something. Every play Warner Robins ran, that kid was in. If he didn't make the play, he was about to make the play. That kid right there is a ball. When I say that's a dog on defense, that's a dog right there. You want an 18 on your team all the way through on defense.
Hey, big O'Neal, man. O'Neal said that it was Ware year, man. We kind of called it at the beginning of the year.
yeah, we
Big up
did.
to the Ware County Gators, man.
Big ups to the Ware County Gators.
Yeah.
Congratulations. And let me see what Sean is talking about. Uh, in jiu-jitsu, there's a saying, a black belt turns into a white belt once they get punched in the face. Meaning, it's easy to look good when you're not being physically punished. Say what you want, but Sandy Creek was physical when it mattered and made a point to hit Colson as much as possible. They surely did. Um, uh, Antonio also said number 4 for the wide receiver for where he ate real good too.
Yeah.
I have to agree with Sean. I mean, disagree with Sean on one. Okay, saying Sandy Creek was physical. Because if you go back and look at that game, I think both teams was equal as physical throughout the game. Sandy Creek was laying wood. Cedar Grove was laying wood. I thought the game would be more explosive. I think if EJ would have kind of settled down, and I got to agree with Thirsty, when you got a quarterback that's amped up like that, you got to get him in a rhythm. You got to start throwing a lot of screens and some quick slants and things to kind of calm him down. And the fact that Adams didn't do that, you just kept rolling. I think they both was equally physical, hitting each other, knocking helmets off. I heard the announcers say they never seen this many helmets get knocked off. It was on both sides of the ball, Sean. I don't think Sandy Creek was more physical than what Cedar Grove was.
No, it was a very good game. Like I said earlier, I said they were both physical. I said that earlier. And outside of EJ overthrowing, I think it was well executed, and of course the breakdown on 4th and 22. But yeah, I'm sorry, Mike, you ain't had such a great day because the Navy lost in overtime too. That's the game I was watching.
Man, I ain't gonna talk about that.
Oh, that baby for Navy, he was just crying when he fumbled the ball, and then the Army went and did what they did. They won in overtime. Well, the second overtime, that guy that fumbled the ball, he just fell on the floor. He was
Man, I been them folks I work with. Cause you gotta remember, me being retired Navy, I work for the Army now. So I already been getting text messages, getting hit up on the group, on our WhatsApp group. Man, leave me alone. Leave me alone before I cut somebody out.
Yeah, you gonna cut them out. He said, Sean said that he never said Sandy Creek was more physical, but they were physical when it mattered. That's what he said.
Now, I will say, Sean, I will say this. Hold on, let me come, Sean. And this is just, I'm not trying to be biased about it, but I do feel Cedar Grove was more physical throughout the game. And I do agree with you. When Sandy Creek had to be physical, they were physical. But I do feel like Cedar Grove was more physical throughout the game, though. Especially when they was on defense, trying to, because when you look at it, defense, special teams, Cedar Grove feeds off of turnovers. And that's what they was trying to create. So, that's just me.
Sean said that if you notice, watch closely. Army people always have a nervous tick, and you can't trust them. Okay.
Man, you ain't lying on that, especially them infantry.
Save the Navy guy.
Especially them infantry folks. Let me tell you something about that. But them infantry folks be rolling around, let a car backfire out there near the smoke pit. But they done got down and they in the shooting position.
Hey, Jeremy, Brian, who?
Oh, that's how you say that. I've never known how you say that. What'd you say? What was the score for what game? Army Navy. It was. Hold on. So when they went to, it was 17-17 going into regulation. Then it was 24-24. Then it was, I think, 27-24 was the final because the Navy fumbled. And then the Army kicked the field goal, if I'm not mistaken. So I think the final score was 27-24, if I'm not mistaken.
All right. Well, can I ask y'all? All right, panel, I want to ask you a question. And this is from the comments. All right. My question is coming from the comments. How do you really think Colquitt County would have fared against Mill Creek?
Baby, nobody. Shut up. I'm with Jamie. Jamie said he glad Colquitt didn't play tonight.
I know. And that's where my question is coming from because of his comment. What do y'all really think would have happened if Colquitt played Mill Creek?
Now I got to be honest, only because I keep it real, check my receipts. I picked Colquitt County to win the state championship. I know Colquitt got some studs on the back end in the secondary that I thought would be able to kind of cover Mill Creek's receiver better than what I saw Carrollton doing. But after watching Mill Creek tonight for the first time, besides going back looking at film on them and shit, I don't think Colquitt would have fared any better than Carrollton did against Mill Creek tonight.
No.
I don't think nobody.
So now y'all understand why I spoke so highly of Mill Creek.
I do.
Okay.
Man,
Mill
that was
Creek,
just the whole clinic.
Mill Creek should have just been handed the trophy too. Without playing.
Yes,
And
I'm
it's
with you.
ridiculous. And it's ridiculous. Every damn player on their team, you talk about a father was a former NFL player.
Yes, I'm with you, Brian, Jamie, and Rick, and Marquise. Yes.
And you know the funny part about it, right? Actually seeing Mill Creek because we played them and they beat us by 18 points, I think. I'm looking like, and we could have beat, and we played with these guys. We pretty much hung in there with them.
They
But then
were on a mission or something tonight.
But I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry, but that goes to matchups. You know what I mean? Y'all probably matched up better with them at that time because when you think about it, Buford beat them. And if you look at that team on that field tonight, Buford, and I've been saying Langston Hughes the best team in the state of Georgia. I don't think it's a team suited up in the state of Georgia, and that includes the damn Atlanta Falcons that could have played on that field with Mill Creek tonight.
The
Bulldog, the damn Tech, the Dogs, the Falcons. Yeah, I don't think it's a team
in the state of Georgia that could have hung with Mill. And I totally agree with you on that. So here's my next question.
With Mike, though. Go ahead.
So here's my next question. Who gonna represent the state of Georgia in the Geico kickoff?
Mill Creek.
Okay.
Mill Creek. But what I was gonna say was I agree with what Mike was saying about Carrollton. Or was that Jim? One of y'all was saying that Carrollton is about a year or two away because even though they got mollywopped, I saw bursts of good play. And I think that quarterback, especially being a freshman, I think if they, grow and they get conditioned, like they get in the weight room, because they were getting pushed around a little bit, I think in the next couple of years, they can really make some noise.
And that's the scary part. The kid just turned 15.
Oh, yeah, that's scary for that quarterback. 15. Now, let's be honest. We cannot look at Carrollton and say they 1 or 2 years away because of the game tonight. They just ran up into a buzzsaw tonight.
Yes.
Oh, for sure.
But no, I'm just saying they did, and that's what I'm saying. What I saw, they had bursts of good play. That's what I'm saying. I think, I don't see them going back into their share. I know they got beat 70-35. I want to see the stat line for this game because I need to see what the total yards are.
Shit, the freshman had damn near 400 yards in the first half.
Yes, I was like, I said this yardage is got to be off the rails. Like it was like play after play after play. I'm like, okay.
Man,
I was like, who are the defensive coordinators? I was like, I don't know, Auntie.
Mill Creek put up 70 points in a state championship game.
In a state championship game, and when he was running down at the last couple of the last play, one of the last, and I said, I know he is not. But I said, I know these people are not finna score 70 points. And sure enough, that baby ran on into that. He ran on into that
end zone.
And I was like, oh well, that's your ass, Mr. Postman.
Them talking put up 70 pieces. They put up 70 points tonight.
I mean, they scored over 100 points total.
Man, they scored, what was it, 105 points? Yeah, 105 points total
105 points combined.
Man, that's a Big 12 game right there. That's TCU and Oklahoma right there.
You
That's a
are
hey,
exactly right.
defense on for character. That's what they got to fix that. They got to build that up. They got to get some transfers
I
in to
agree
fix
with
that.
you, T. I agree with you, T. That was the high school version of the greatest show on turf. The special teams touchdowns were crucial. You're right. Because for a minute, that's what separated the two. Those two special teams touchdowns. But other than that, they were kind of even. Were it not for that, until Mill Creek just kind of took control. But yeah, that was
Damn,
that was
Jamie, I hope your stats are right saying Juju threw for 531 and 5 touchdowns.
good googly doo. Hell, it was 800 yards combined in the first half.
That's why I
It was
said it's a
something.
12,000 yards in the second half. Easily. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
You're right about that too, Sean. Carrollton avoided tackling drills all year in practice. Why you can't tackle them? It was just play after play after play. I'm like, okay, so these defenses clearly aren't. I don't understand, and I don't necessarily think that they were bad defenses, but I just didn't know what was going on.
I will say this though. I forgot the receiver's number. It's the tall receiver they had. He made some impressive catches, and both
He
quarterbacks made
did.
impressive throws. So
They did.
both quarterbacks put the ball. I mean, they both of them were dropping dimes.
Man,
Yeah.
yes, they were. I can't take nothing away from the senior for Mill Creek. But that freshman for Carrollton was putting the ball. This man had Tom Brady, Peyton Manning accuracy tonight, man. That kid was
It was
putting
beautiful.
balls on a dime, man.
Now you understand what the hype is around him.
Yes.
If they can keep
He
that
had
kid with some
plenty of
receivers,
offers.
man, I'm telling
I heard
you.
he has about 22. I heard he has about 22 college offers right now as a freshman.
Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee already offering him as a freshman.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's my only thing. And we all know what high school football has become. Dude, you see that kid staying at Carrollton for the next 3 years.
I'm gonna say
No,
this.
that's a hard question to answer because that's hard to answer, man.
I can see Buford calling right now.
Man, Buford was on the phone yesterday. What you talking about? Hey, Buford was on the phone yesterday. Savannah Christian on the phone yesterday.
Being a big team, Prince Avenue.
Prince Avenue good. Prince Avenue good. Prince Avenue good. They got a quarterback over there that's about.
Yeah, he's a senior.
Prince Avenue on the. Yeah, Prince Avenue on the phone. Everybody on the phone.
Y'all take this little ticket.
Grayson, all of them.
All of them on the phone.
What'd you say, EP?
Y'all take this look. Y'all notate what I'm finna say. December the 10th at 11:03. Peach County got a future quarterback coming into 9th grade next year. Gonna be just as good as that boy at Carrollton. Mark my word.
Okay,
All
I
right.
got you.
Mark my
The
word.
question is, are y'all gonna have a receiver to throw to though?
And a coach to coach them.
They will. If I have to,
And a coach to coach them. That's what I'm concerned about. So we'll talk about that later.
We'll have Thursday come down here and coach them.
Shit, Thursday ain't coming to P Valley, coach. I'll go to Ellenwood before I come down there.
Brian Jones said that he thinks that because his dad played for Carrollton, he doesn't think that the young man is going to go anywhere.
That don't mean jack.
That's what I was about to say. The reason why that don't mean nothing is because just let Carrollton roster start looking depleted when it start coming to the receivers for him to get that ball to. His dad ain't gonna care nothing about Carrollton. All he care about is his son and what's gonna be best for him.
Nah, here's the deal.
Sure, I think he's about 5'9", 5'10".
No, okay.
Somewhere in there.
But
Nah,
he already filled out his FAFSA for Buford University.
Here's my thing though, with that kid, right? Juju from Carrollton.
Mm-hmm.
We already know he got to have a receiving room to stay at Carrollton. That's bottom line. If he ain't got a receiving room to stay at Carrollton, he ain't staying. But the kid is on pace to break Trevor Lawrence's state record and pass.
Ooh.
If he can maintain, because the kid passed for almost 3,000 yards this year.
No, he passed for over 3,000. I think
Yeah,
he
over
had 3,500 yard passer.
No, he went into the game with what, 31?
Yeah.
So he got 36.
3,500.
Oh, he
He got 36. To be a 4-year starter in high school, this kid has the chance to shatter Trevor Lawrence's record.
You heard me.
What's that?
So his dad used to play in the league, in the NFL? Juju
No.
dad? Okay.
No.
Okay.
So Jamie said he had 38 going in, and he threw for
He
5
over
tonight.
4,000.
So you talking about a 4,300 yard passing season, man? And you got 3 more years?
What was
He's
Trevor
going to
Lawrence's?
shatter Trevor Lawrence's record.
What is his record?
It's like, what, 12? It's like 12,000?
Yeah.
Good gracious alive.
He gonna shatter that his junior year, if not his sophomore year.
Nah, his junior. I give him his junior year.
It all depends. It all
On that
depends.
receiver room. On that receiver room.
Exactly.
Jamie said Trevor had 17,000.
He's still on pace to break it. You talking
Oh,
over
yeah.
4,000 yards a season.
I believe you.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought, Tick. I thought he was around 12 to 13. I didn't know he was that high at 17.
Yeah.
You talking about 45. You talking about,
Man, hold on.
yeah, you talking
Yeah.
about 4,500 yards. Yeah, you talking about 4,500 yards a year, man. I don't see that.
Huh? He did. He put up damn near 4,500 this year.
No,
And that was a
no,
freshman.
I'm talking about Trevor. I don't see Trevor throwing no 4,500 here 4 years. I think he was about 12 to 13 grand.
Hold on. I'm about to tell you in a second.
How many state
Man, you know
championships
me.
won?
Now, you already know. I got to check the stats on that one.
Oh, yeah, pull up the historian page. It'll tell you what it is.
Yeah, you know I got to pull the stats up on that one.
How many state championships he won as a starting quarterback?
Trevor only had 1, didn't he?
Okay. I
One
thought
or two.
I think he had 2.
he had 2.
I think he had 2. But, that's just off the top of my head.
He said Trevor had 2 state titles.
Yeah,
Maybe on point, ain't it?
4,500 a year is 18,000 yards. I don't see.
All right, I'm about to put it up on the screen. Hold on, give me a second. I'm cause I forgot. I gotta reconnect.
Marquis said Trevor won 2 state titles.
No, hold on now. Hold on, let me put this up on the screen so y'all can see this.
Daddy.
It's a gorilla.
Hey, Daddy.
Hey, baby girl.
All right, so here's Trevor Lawrence stats. Trevor Lawrence had
Oh, I'm sorry.
Trevor Lawrence had 13,902 yards, and that was in 3 years.
Oh, yeah, that done. That broke. I mean, that
That's
shit
what I'm
over.
saying. That's what I'm saying. He's finna shatter that record.
Yeah.
Dude, he about to put up 15,000 yards in high school.
Yeah. That kid would throw 15 to 16,000 yards, man.
Gonna stop
Yeah,
now.
he's gonna break the record in 3 and shatter it in 4.
Yeah, there you go.
You heard me. Gonna stop now. I'm gonna broke that.
Yeah, we know that what the hype was around Gunna Stockton, man. You know, when he was playing down in Raven County.
Where is he now? Is he at UGA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he might end up in the transfer portal though, because the kid from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got Carson Beck.
Job.
Yeah, you got Carson Beck, and then you got Brock Vandergriff. So.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Yeah.
Third, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Could I go on this site and to the school I'm from and see how many yards the quarterbacks don't have over the year?
Oh yeah.
No, you can't.
No. You can't go to see what a quarterback throw for Peach. Nah, you can't do that.
Nah.
You just
Now
see the
you can't.
state records.
We only
Now,
have one. No, we got two quarterbacks in the rankings for years and stuff like that. Brian Ellis and Antonio Hinton are the only two that we got in there.
no, you probably have to go to your county site.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to say one thing. This kid here that we got, the kid here that I just highlighted, good kid, going to Alabama. But this is where I say that kid that I just highlighted, Thompson, Georgia, T-Town. I understand what you're saying. I understand how y'all feel about number 6. But this is the best running back in the state of Georgia because he's about to shatter records in the state of Georgia.
What grade he in, Mike?
No, he's leaving. Now, no, I was thinking about somebody. I was thinking about the kid from Northeast. If the kid from Northeast can maintain his pace, Mr. Norwood. Nick. Wolf. If he can maintain his pace and stay healthy, he's going to shatter that record right there that I got highlighted.
Easily.
He might put up 10,000 yards in his career.
Easily.
Sean, where you get that? Sean, where I can look that up at?
What Sean said?
You can't.
He said Antonio Gilbert was the best quarterback in PGA
That's
history.
an opinion. That's just his opinion, I think. Marquis said Trevor Lawrence beat Buford 10-0 his sophomore year for the state championship. In his junior year, he beat Thompson 58-7 for the state championship. I remember that. I was like, yeah. I mean, he sliced and diced them. Yeah, I remember that.
Who the best receivers in state history?
The best receiver?
Yeah.
Well, it all depends. You got career records and you got season records.
Go to career.
You saying?
Career.
Dude from Rapin County that was down there with
Gunnar Stockton.
Gunnar Stockton.
Yeah, that kid got over 5,000 yard receiving, man.
Chris Slaughter on there.
Yeah, he's down there. I think he had 3,000?
Yeah, 3,000.
Yeah,
395.
Yeah, 33.95.
Yeah, but if you look at stats, I think he was third at one time, third or fourth one time in the state. But then since he graduated, you don't have a couple of kids come up. But Chris at one time, I know he had the record for the most receiving yards in a season one time too.
Yeah.
You won't get it to me.
I like Antonio Gilbert, Sean. I think Gilbert was a good quarterback. And the one thing I love about him is you go back and look at his stats, that kid didn't throw interceptions, man. That kid had all kind of touchdowns and very minimal interceptions. Like one year, that championship year we got cheated, I think that kid only threw 1 or 2 interceptions that entire year.
I remember that.
Yes.
You're right.
Man,
say he wished Juju would come to Cockwood.
No, man, bump all that. Hey, the kid I got highlighted right now, if he can get his stuff together at Georgia, he'll be the next great tight end to come out of Georgia.
Now, and I want you to see that now. Give me that number, Mike. I can't see it. What is that, 1,800 yards in one season?
Yeah.
And guess what? That was a tight end position. That was the tight end position.
Yeah,
he wasn't even split it out.
What's his name?
Eric Gilbert.
Oh.
Hey, shout out my cousin at the top of the page right there, Markel Jones from Warner Robins. Leads the state first season.
Speaking of Warner Robins, hold your head up. Y'all had a great season. And shout out to the Ware County Gators because y'all really did a great job. But I think y'all were picked to win it all, at the beginning, and y'all proved to be right. So congratulations. The ride down the Waycross will be a little easier. So that's a ride from hell.
Yeah, no.
Sorry, I said that out loud, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
I can tell you one thing. If they came up on that cheese, I bet that boy was popping like a mud. Them boy having a good time going back down to Ware
Oh
County.
my goodness.
What kind of be on Robbins, Sean?
Colquitt, he's transferring to Colquitt, Jamie, or he's transferring from?
He said he wish. That's what
He was saying, he said Colquitt got a great running back transferring. Oh, transferring there. Okay, I didn't see that part, but I'm not saying who. Okay. Y'all got him mom and dad a job now? Okay.
At one of them plants down there. He got to be coming from a surrounding town. Only thing I can think of.
Lee.
What I'm about to say, it better not be Uma, because that joker there is the truth.
Yeah. Or Ware County, huh?
Now, Ware County just won the championship. They ain't finna lose. They ain't finna lose they back. They ain't finna lose they back. Lee County was kind of a disappointing season. I think it's some turmoil down there, and they talking about Fabrizio leaving. So, if anything, that's the only thing I think he could be talking about.
Can y'all see that?
Yeah, we see it. We see it. Who won?
I'm gonna shoot the email. I'm gonna shoot the email out later on today, or tomorrow, actually. I know for those that was in competition of the $50 for the $50 from the Wizard, Shan ended up winning that.
Yes.
Congratulations, sis.
Just so y'all don't think I'm BSing with you. I'm showing the actual spreadsheet. So that's that. So this is the actual spreadsheet.
And she ain't even on here.
So that's the actual spreadsheet right now.
I'm surprised the Wizard was able to do his calculation tonight. I thought he'd be on there. I thought he'd be drinking with you and messed up.
Man. Hey, we both trying to hold on right now. That's all I can say. We both trying to hold on right now.
Hey, show the total numbers of the contest.
Of the contest?
Yeah.
That's it on the screen.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to.
I see it now. Stan 37, the Wizard 34.
Yeah. No, that's not that one. It's the one in white ain't the one for the championship, is it?
Yeah, it is.
I thought we would have been more games than that.
Man, everybody took L's this week.
Oh yeah,
what
badly.
you talking about? You got to remember the question.
Badly.
Hold on. Well, you know what? I don't even care right now. So I'm gonna show you. I don't even care.
I thought the yellow one was.
No, the yellow one was during the regular. No, this is the regular season right here.
Oh.
This is what allowed everybody to play for $50.
Oh.
So here's what happened in the playoffs.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Cheyenne.
Good. Congratulations, sis.
Let me see. The winner for this week is actually a dude, somebody named Kai Stewart. Kai Stewart. That's the actual winner for the week, going 7. Picking 7 games correctly.
Okay.
Congratulations.
So that's who the actual winner, the overall winner for this week. But for the $50, Shan is the winner.
Sticks and drinks, baby.
Hey,
I can't wait.
Hey, the Wizard will send you your money on Monday.
It's gonna be rough in here Football season over. Oh man.
Yay!
Withdrawals, baby. But guys, hey, guess what? We still got some football stuff to talk about. You know what happens? What happens? Because what happens after football season is over? You start
Yeah.
doing. You start doing selections and stuff like that. So we're gonna talk about postseason awards and stuff. And once we get shoot that out to and kind of and we'll have a postseason award show. So
Yeah.
look out for that, guys.
Going forward, we'll only do it on Wednesdays going forward to next football season until August.
Also, we can definitely keep these kids updated and spotlighted on their college picks and who they choose to commit to. You know, if y'all listening, make sure if anybody from y'all school are signing, you know, let us know so we can put the spotlight on them for what college they're signing to.
For sure.
Look at the screen.
Ain't nobody stunted.
What a season.
Good, Jamie. When they get ready this time, man, make sure you update us on that so we can spotlight that. Okay, well, okay, you don't have to do the show with Daddy.
I know one of the biggest questions is, where is DJ Bell going to school at?
Georgia Tech.
Yep,
Oh,
Tech
yeah. EP,
Huh?
stay behind the scenes, man.
What?
You're ruining the moment, man.
Oh.
Hey, look at this right here, though.
No, I got something to show y'all. Hold on, I got something to show you.
The biggest
I finna
season.
I got something to show y'all. Let me get back on it.
Oh man. That's showing wow. Talking about the biggest postseason event coming in January. Is it
Hold on, what did you say?
That was stupid, man.
The biggest postseason event coming up in January is the DeKalb County free agency period, where kids can change schools. That's when Cedar Grove rebuilds their roster.
Boy, you stupid. Cold. Man, I ain't paying you no mind. Can y'all see the screen?
Yeah,
Can y'all read it?
Yeah. You can make it a little bigger. Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
right, so
I'm
this
gonna do
what we
this
got.
shout out too. Okay, I want to do this shout out real quick, and then we can get to that. Shout out to Johnny Williams, the left tackle for Northeast. He graduated early, and he's signing with West Virginia. Shout out, young man! Congratulations.
Yes, kid is a stud of a player.
Christian Martin graduating early too, but I don't forgot what school he going to.
Congratulations.
Christian Martin, good job. I think it will be Clark Atlanta. That's what I'm thinking. I'm hearing as an athlete.
Okay.
All right, congratulations, and go Panthers until y'all play the Wildcats. Then I hope you get beat to sleep. Okay, so okay, what are we looking at, Mike?
Coaches available. Coaching positions that's open.
So, here's the thing. We know Blessed Trinity and Cairo are big jobs.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As you scroll down through this list, you got Central, you got Macon Central. Also,
What?
now, and then one of the biggest ones, the biggest one on here is Lowndes. We know that for a fact. Lowndes is the biggest coaching opening right now. And then you got Peach County, which I think is number 2 on the list, in my opinion. And you got the rest of these schools who really ain't making much noise. But Vidalia has already signed a new coach, being Rodney Garvin.
He came back. He was there originally, and then he went to Metter, I think, and then he came back.
Left Matter, and that's why their position is open.
Mhm.
Now, when you look at that number 4 right there, Chad Campbell, that I think is a bigger hire than Lowndes at this time. I'm pretty sure the state of Georgia, as well as the listeners, will agree.
Well, no. These ain't hires. These are vacancies. Coaches that left.
Yeah. You said Lowndes is the biggest, and I'm thinking that Peach County job is a lot bigger than that Lowndes County job right now. And I don't say that as a fan. I say that as, oh, Moon, baby, please go with mommy. Go with mommy. Tell your auntie and uncles, hey.
Hey, baby girl.
Hey,
sweet baby.
He said,
Hey, Francis.
Hey, auntie, and hey, uncle. Okay. Now go with mommy and take care of your baby. I love you.
Yeah.
Okay.
She love to be with daddy.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Daddy's girl. Okay, so why did you say Peach was the bigger job than Lowndes?
Because when you talk about the programs, now you're talking about 7A and Lowndes. And Lowndes is a very, very, very attractive job. Being in South Georgia, being the prestige that Lowndes has had the last couple of years, but that Peach County job is, I mean, I think the top job right now in all the vacancies.
You see what Sean said, right?
What do you say?
I'm sure Peach will have more applicants than Lowndes.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Well, I mean, it's conversation to come on through during the off season. Now, I do want to bring up another conversation piece for the off season. All right, the
Could
other
you get Drew to
conversation.
come on?
Wait a minute, Jamie. Y'all only have 1,806 kids in Colquitt County. For real? That's it.
Man, that's less than 4A, man. You sure?
Because Colquitt, how many people are in the
county itself?
Yeah.
I know it's got to be 30 to 40,000 people in Colquitt County.
I think it's more than that because it's 28,000 in Peach. And I think Colquitt is bigger because I was surprised that they only had one high school. So I think it's more than 40,000. Sean says, in his opinion, Lowndes is less desirable because there is a tougher role playing in 7A and being in a tough region. Plus, players are more fluid at Lowndes than at Peach. Colquitt has an 8th grade campus, and their total count is 2,500 at the 9th grade, basically the 9th grade academy.
He said they got 46,000 people in Colquitt. I thought it was around 40,000 at least. I don't know. I know you got more than 1,800 kids. I can say that much.
Well, hey, that's something that we can conversate on later on. But here's the other thing that we're going to keep our eyes on for the offseason is upcoming recruits.
Wow. The number 1 and the number 2 player in the nation are Alabama bound. Now, here's my thing, and I want the panel, everybody but the bias crowd here.
Yeah, we know.
Man, the EP microphone is supposed to be muted right now.
I was gonna say, can we mute them? Can we mute the EP? Ain't you got another podcast to do?
Nope, not tonight.
With Georgia making the runs that they have been making, how many you think flip before National Signing Day?
I think at least 3 people gonna flip over to Georgia.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, Caleb Downs, Justin Hayes, Vic Burley, even though they're not flipping, we know the top 3 not flipping.
Heck no, nobody want to go to Oregon, Jeremy. You know how far away that is, and I guess they're trying to be SEC light. It hadn't worked just yet. Maybe it'll work when Landon gets his folks.
Now I gotta admit one thing. to see in the top 20, Georgia only have about 4 recruits. I'm looking at Clemson, man. Clemson, man, damn.
Got a lot. They got a lot, don't they?
Man. Clemson look
They
like they
got
might be
Warren.
fast.
They got Vic Burley, Stephen Green. That's 2. What was it? 3, 4.
They got 4 in the top 20.
20, yeah, 4 out the top 20.
Well,
That's
they
crazy.
want playing time. They know at this point, Georgia's kind of loaded at every position, so they're thinking more about playing time and that might be one of those things that they're thinking about when going to Alabama, because Alabama just lost a lot of kids to the transfer portal because they want playing time, and so maybe it'll free some stuff up.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But my thing is, when you building a program like Alabama has been for a decade or so, and Georgia has kind of modeled that program, you only need 1 or 2 years. You step in, you play for national championships, and you wait your turn, and you get a year or 2 in there, and then next thing you know, you off to the NFL.
But here's the question, though. And the comment that's on the screen is very important. With the fall off of Clemson this year, how do you think it's going to impact those recruits that verbally committed already?
They're on the point that I'm talking about. When you start talking about the flips, when you start looking at what Clemson has done over the last 2 seasons, not just this season, man, you got to wonder, man. These kids was verbally committing, last year and beginning of this year and stuff. Man, I think a lot of that changes. I think especially once Georgia, I know the national championship will be after the early signing day, but it's still you got national signing day coming late January, early February time. So I still think Georgia will get a lot of flips, man.
Now, here's my thing. I'm looking at Robert Lockhart III out of Hughes, receiver. Do you really think he's gonna stay committed to Jackson State?
No, yeah, that's changing.
Yeah, that's changing to Colorado.
Yeah,
but just to just to throw it out there, that's just something that we're still looking at and conversation for the off season of football that we're going to be talking about. And I know one of the biggest things that we're going to be talking about is where this kid right here is going to go. Because he's still undecided.
And that's Keyshawn Brown?
Yeah, out of South Atlanta.
South Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see him fitting in that running back room at Georgia. Because let's be honest. You can say what you want to say. I hear a lot of people talking about RBU. But Georgia, University of Georgia, even before this run with Kirby, has always shown themselves to be RBU, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not, and I wanted to speak on this yesterday, but I didn't. So I'm gonna speak on it today. As I'm scrolling through this list, have we come across Mr. Curry yet?
No, we haven't.
No, the answer is no. And this is my thing with Mr. Curry. Mr. Curry is one hell of a high school football player at running back. No issues, no discrepancies on that. I think we totally all agree. He is a highlight film at running back in high school. My thing with him is my issue with Mr. Curry from Thompson is his size and his stature playing at the next level as a running back.
Yes, definitely. Now
I don't see him playing a running back in college. I see him playing either being recruited as a straight out kick returner or a slot receiver.
Yeah, you can see him as a slot. And they may recruit him as just an athlete.
Yeah.
And put him in those positions you're talking about. Now, the one thing I will say, if anybody that's a fan of Mr. Curry, because I do hope Mr. Curry is not still on our page here, and he can listen to the podcast through whatever. I hate that. I hate this recruiting thing where you start recruiting size and not heart. You know,
But
it shows. It shows with the NFL when you look at players like Tyreek Hill, you know, who was just as good in college. I mean, in high school. If you ever go back and look at Tyreek Hill at Coffee, man, you wondering why this kid wasn't a P5, but it was all his size.
What position he played?
Receiver, running back, DB, any damn thing on the field.
Okay.
So I say all of that to say, if Curry don't get the offers with the talent and the explosion that kid has, don't be surprised if you see him playing on Sundays.
Now, let me say this. I agree with you. I can see the kid playing on Sunday. Here's my thing, though, and this is what I need for the fan base and his parents, if they are listening, to understand. Your kid has exceptional talent, but I do not see him making it to the next level or to the NFL as a running back. If he can produce, if he can work on his hand-eye coordination, he can be the next Tyreek Hill in the NFL because of his speed.
Yeah.
My thing is he has to be willing to change positions at the college level.
I think he will be.
In order to achieve the NFL goal.
Oh yeah.
I think he will be.
And I'm trying to choose my word. I'm trying to choose my words very carefully because watching the kid play high school level, you hit the edge, you good to go. But the speed of the game changes as you move up in levels. And looking at your size and your stature, here's my question that I have. And Mr. Curry, if you're listening, or his parents, be honest. Can he pick up a blitz coming up the middle to protect the quarterback? Can he run between the tackles and take that pounding to average anywhere from 15 to 20 carries a game at the next level? In my opinion, I don't think so. Because of his stature and the level that the game increases at the college level. That's why I say he has to be open to being recruited either as an athlete, as you guys said, or be recruited and accept it and buy into it as a kick returner and or / receiver.
I think he'll
because I want to see the kid excel at the next level, but he has to be willing to change positions though.
Hey, real quick, Mike. Sean Hart doesn't score touchdowns against 250-pound linebackers who run a 4.45, but size does. All things being equal, go with size. If Nick Chubb was 170 coming out of high school, he would have been at Berry College instead of Georgia.
Now, no. We can't make that comparison. We cannot make that comparison. Nick Chubb had no problem running between tackles.
No. When I said I don't agree with the recruiting size thing, I want a kid with heart, a dog. That's what he was coming on. So he's agreeing with you. He's agreeing with you.
No, I know that, but y'all know me. I like to play devil's advocate.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We're talking Nick Chubb at Georgia, running back SEC. How do you really think Mr. Curry will fare in the SEC as a running back?
I don't think he will.
He would take the opportunity to, if somebody's gonna give him a chance to play at the next level, they say, but you gotta, play slot. I don't see him balking at that. No, I want to be a running back.
And that's the point that I was saying that Sean, I think you kind of misunderstood what I was saying. If you got a kid with heart, you got a dog. I don't expect him to go to running back. I don't expect him to go to Georgia as a running back. I don't see why Georgia is not knocking down this kid door with the exceptional talent that he had as an athlete, because you can definitely put him on the field and he can make things happen for you. I mean, if you look at Arian Smith on Georgia's roster right now, Come on now, Arian Smith ain't too much bigger than this kid, and he flies down the field. Yes, he's
And that
injury prone, and that's probably what you're looking at. But those injuries are not from taking poundings.
and that's why I say for my thing, for Mr. Curry himself and for his parents, if they're listening, be with, be open to your child and be open to yourself to change position. You can be the next Isaiah McKenzie. You
Yes,
can be the next Tyreek Hill. You just have to be willing to take the free ride to college, which at the end of the day, this is what this is all about. Getting a free ride to get a free education. And
hey,
if you can excel at
what's
playing
up?
football, then do it. But
Hey,
be
what's
willing to be open minded.
I'm sorry, Mike. I'm trying to see. I can't even see. My eyes hurt with all that garbage up in the top left corner there.
What's
Let's
up in the
see.
top left corner?
It might be some roll tide shit. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I had gotten kicked off for a minute. I want to go back to what Sean said earlier because that's what I was gonna say before I got kicked off. When y'all were talking about Clemson falling off, you said Clemson didn't really fall off. Their quarterback just sucks. Clemson is only good when they have a generational player at quarterback, Watson and Lawrence, and that's what I was gonna say. They Dabo stayed with that quarterback for way too long. He should have switched it up,
Well,
and he didn't.
nah,
And I think that
I disagree only because I never been a fan of Dabo because I'll tell you one thing. When Dabo had Kelly Bryant in there, Kelly Bryant was a hell of a quarterback for Clemson, and you had the next best thing in Trevor Lawrence coming up. I just think Dabo, he love a quarterback when he got him, but if he gets something in the place of him, he don't give that kid a chance. Like a kid can have a bad game. Now don't get me wrong, DJ kind of struggled this year, but
yeah.
let's be real. DJ is a Power 5 quarterback, and he could have continued to lead Clemson. And the way he threw that kid under the bus at the end of the season was
Oh,
ridiculous.
I don't agree with that. But I mean, if there needed to be a personnel change, he could have done that, but he shouldn't have thrown him under the bus. I agree with that. I personally, I don't necessarily dislike Dabo, but I don't appreciate how he got the job in the first place and how they did Tommy Bowden when he left Clemson. But that's a whole nother story. I'm not getting into that. Um, um, but I honestly think he should have at least tried something because we all knew that there was something missing in quarterback play, and he should have tried something else. Um, I mean,
Man,
I know
not
Kirby
so
stuck
fast.
with Stetson,
Not
but
so fast, my friend. I hear
Exactly.
what you're saying, but at the end of the day, this goes back to Kelly Bryant. The way
Yeah.
he did Kelly Bryant
Yeah.
and brought in Trevor Lawrence
Yes.
was bullshit.
Yes. And that's exactly what he's going to do to DJ this year. I was glad when the kid entered the portal,
oh
and
yeah,
he did the best thing, man. He really threw that kid under the bus during that interview after they brought the young kid in. Don't get me wrong, that kid is good. He may be the
hmm
next best thing, but
but no, he didn't have to do him like that.
no,
He
he did
didn't.
not. He did Kelly Bryant like that. He didn't have to do it, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely not a fan of Dabo's.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I spoke
Like,
with a player from Peach County who was committed and on Clemson roster the last couple of years, who also has entered the portal. And I wish nothing. I know another player who friends on Facebook I kind of been speaking with, who's entered the portal and left Clemson because he boo-booed on him too with Shipley. And if anybody watched Clemson the last 3 or 4 years with those championship runs, you had a player named Dixon come straight out of Taylor County that was a stud for him, and
mm-hmm.
they boo-booed on him for Shipley when he came in. So I understand these kids transferring from Clemson. I wish these kids and parents will really do their due diligence and their homework on these schools and these coaches before just committing because of name and recognition. Because you're talking about 4 years of your kid's life that can determine what kind of future they have.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you made it back. Made it back home, O'Neal. I know that was a long ass ride.
Shout out O'Neal and the Ware County Gators.
Glad
Yeah,
you
for
made.
sure.
Glad you
For
made it
sure.
back.
I
Well,
like
Oh,
that.
you know
I
what?
like that
You know
tip.
what?
I like
You
that
know
tip.
what? I got to be unbiased because I'm on this panel. So, congratulations to all the winners tonight: Sandy Creek, Ware County, and Mill Creek. All
mm,
right. I'm gonna say congratulations to you because I got to be unbiased to an extent while I'm on this panel. But everybody know where my heart is at while I say that. So once again, I'm gonna say congratulations to all the winners tonight, all the winners from Friday, and the 2 winners from Thursday. Well,
Yeah.
actually, I'm gonna say the 5 winners on Thursday because I'm gonna include girls flag football.
way to go, Mike.
I'm
Well,
trying. I'm
I
trying to
think
grow
your
up,
heart. I think your heart somewhere over there in Mechanicville, because I think the referee snatched that thing right out y'all chest and just throwed it across the interstate.
man. You don't even understand right now, but I'm about through a half. I'm halfway through a half gallon on the bird right now.
Like I said,
So
man, we talked about that game enough, but I
yeah,
have to say, as a fan, we lived that in that 17 game in the Benz. To have that happen, man, when your kids play their heart out, like I said, let the game be decided on the field, man.
yeah, for sure.
Yes, yes. I mean, and to see that baby on TV crying his heart out, it just was like, oh my goodness. It just, I was like, oh, I know it hurt. I know it hurt. I know exactly how to feel. It's just like it's in the pit of your stomach. Like, ugh, it's a horrible feeling, and yeah, I don't wish it on nobody. Somebody said that was almost the exact same crew that called our game. I don't know how true that is. I try to put that out. I
I
know
doubt it.
I
I
know
doubt it.
that,
I seriously doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt
but
that.
'cause
But
it didn't look familiar. I know that one dude
well,
when
well,
that
I'm
the
gonna
one
say
that
this.
made the call with his. I still hope he don't come through Peach County. He
Well,
moves to Houston County. I can't
well,
stand it. And I
I'm
don't
still
even
gonna
know
say
his
this.
name. I know the
Everybody
little
that's
guy.
listening, everybody that's listening, go ahead and play 422 tomorrow for pick three. Play 422 tomorrow for pick three.
Cause that 4th and 22 did y'all in, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Yeah, ultimately that was the kicker. So it shouldn't have come to that. But it still hurt.
Hey,
It
shout
still
out,
hurt.
hey, shout out Noah Winnington, man, running back at Oregon Ducks, man. 2017 probably brought back all flashbacks of that great catch and score that you did. You didn't let that stop you. You playing great ball at Oregon, and we'll definitely see you playing on Sunday one day.
All right. Last thing I'm gonna say this before we get ready to end this. Yeah, it's almost 12 o'clock. Just to keep the engagement going on in the group, we may. There's no guarantees, but we may end up doing a college bowl pick'em, just to keep, just to stay engaged, to keep you guys engaged and stay in tune with football season, to help carry us through January.
Sound
So
good?
be on the lookout for that. It's something that we're trying to decide if we want to do.
Hmm.
If we want to put that energy towards that,
Hmm.
because we know we have a signing period coming up within the next 2 weeks here in December,
Hmm.
and we know we have a signing period coming up in February. So, and we got to keep track of these college, or shall I say, these high school head coach vacancies and see how they get filled. So
Hmm.
we do have things that we're trying to keep track of in high school, but we do want to keep everyone engaged and entertained during the off season. And one thing we're thinking about is uh, doing the pickings for the college bowl, for the college football bowl game,
Yeah.
with the exception of the national championship game.
And y'all stick around with us for 2 or 3 months, man. Before you know it, we'll be right back around for spring training, man. We're gonna do some basketball updates, some track things, things like that. So just stay engaged. This football season is over now, so if there's anything that y'all want to get out sports related in Georgia high school football, just shoot us an email. We have the email posted along the bottom of the screen here. Shoot us an email. Let us know what's going on in your town, your high school that's related to sports, and we would love to talk with you all about it.
We don't have to just talk about football. We can highlight basketball. We can highlight track, baseball if it's something y'all
Baseball.
want to talk about.
Man, hold on. I'm not so fast, my friend.
Oh, God.
I want to talk about this EA Mad. Is y'all boy still in it?
Talking about our state champion.
Yeah. Is he still in it this year?
I'm not sure, man. I think the
I
kid
think he
moved
is.
on. I'm not sure.
I think
But
he is. Like somebody told me he was, but I don't know. I have to ask
all
Jawan
right,
because he's the
but
one that
that's what.
mentioned something.
All right, and the
Oh,
reason I asked the question.
Wrestling.
yes.
That's right,
Good
wrestling.
shout
And
out,
shout out.
Randall Hunt. Good.
It's Randall. And while we're talking, Randall, shout out to my baby girl, Hannah Hunt, who is a female wrestler for Peach County High School.
Way
And
to go, Hannah.
she's doing an amazing job. That's my little girl. And what y'all don't understand is when she was a little girl, she was so prim and proper. All she wanted was lip gloss and fingernail. Oh, she was a girly girl. And to see my baby
Slamming them to the mat now, huh?
slamming them to the mat
There
now,
you
it's
go,
like,
baby girl. Good job,
wow.
Hannah.
She raising
So
goats and everything, man. She shout out to my baby.
Yes,
so
Okay.
now
ma'am.
y'all understand what the more men in the group name. It includes. Oh, you know what?
And
It includes wrestling, EA Sport, basketball, track,
and
Augusta area,
706.
and 706. It includes all those areas. And I got quotation marks going up with my fingers, right? More. So we don't just do football here, okay? So for those of you that are into basketball, come on, come join us and give us some insight on what's going on in your area.
For sure.
Yes.
And
You
I'll
know,
tell
Because there was a good game on between Ups and Lee, and a basketball game between Ups and Lee and Griffin, I think, last night. Now, the way it ended wasn't so great, but it was an exciting game. But now, after the clock hit zero, I think it was a melee, but we're not going to talk about
yeah.
that part. But I'm
What's
just
going on,
saying,
Randall Hunt? This is my first time seeing you on here. Randall Hunt been
Randall,
on here before?
yeah. He
Okay.
watches. That's my buddy. That's my buddy from McDuffie County. When y'all be asking like, when I said if I ain't have one of my best friends, one from McDuffie County, I think y'all have comprehension problems. Y'all
Yeah.
shout out to Randall Hunt
Okay.
and
Randall Hunt. Oh,
his
okay.
shout out to the Hunt family
There you
and
go,
his
Mo.
mama Miss Roses. What?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You see the screen.
All right. And so, this is what I'm
Nah,
gonna
you
say.
see the screen, Thirst.
Hold on. Let me get back to what?
Hey Trevor, look at that baby. Good job, buddy. Do
Hold
it
on. What
again
comment?
this year.
Oh, that boy, y'all crazy. Oh, that's from last year.
Uh-huh.
Hey, I
That's
ain't
from
got no
this year.
problem with him. I just ain't playing him in Madden. That's all I know.
Heck no.
I'll
You was
let you
out
play
here,
the twin.
little man.
I'll let you play the twin in Madden. But just so y'all do know, we got about 7 minutes left on this podcast. 'Cause I do gotta
Mhm.
go do a brief. Man, I gotta go do a brief tomorrow, so I'm jumping off at midnight.
Hey,
Okay,
But
real
well,
quick.
I mean, go
Real
ahead.
quick, man. That wrestling tournament for the high school, man, that'd be some exciting stuff, man. I don't know if y'all ever attended one. I know they used to
Mhm.
host it at the Macon Coliseum. Man, that's some exciting stuff, man. So if y'all hadn't watched the high school wrestling match, man, join in, man. Check it out. I'm pretty sure it'd be something that you would like, and you will go back.
Yes, my brother talks about that. He used to coach wrestling when he was teaching of it at Lithia Springs, and he said he just fell in love with it. He said now it's all day, you can be there all day. He said, but it's so very exciting. So I'm gonna check it out, especially since my baby doing it.
Man, my cousin talked about your brother the other day, man. He said that was the meanest, smallest offensive lineman he ever seen, but he will run your butt over.
Who?
Your
Who
brother,
who said that now?
Harold.
Oh,
Harold say TA was the meanest, smallest offensive line he ever seen. Boy, say he's keep a long towel on the any pants. Say, boy, you did not want to get in front of him because he was gonna bulldog you over.
yeah, he's he's a mean old man, but yeah. Shout out Willis Harmon. How are you? Yeah, I know y'all came up short, but Swainsboro y'all did a great job. It was an awesome game. Y'all just kind of ran out of gas toward the end because y'all had too many players going both ways. But y'all did a great job. I don't know how many y'all are bringing back next year, but y'all
Man,
did
Hey,
hold your
Willis.
head up.
Yeah,
damn all that.
I don't
Damn
know.
all that.
I know they came up short in the football, but I know one damn thing. They should be in here talking about state championship in that track.
And you ain't lying. And that's what I want to know. Mr. What's his name? Mr. Willis?
Willis.
Mr. Willis. How many of them track folks y'all bringing back next year?
Yes,
That's
that
what I
track,
need to know.
that 4x1 team and the 100 and the 200 and the man. Y'all should be knocking state out with those guys y'all had lined up on that
And trust
football
and
team.
believe, we will be watching. We will be watching.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah,
Cause
it
I'm
was
gonna
an
tell you like this.
exciting.
I know one Cordell fan popped up today, but you know the hype around
Actually,
Cordell, uh, 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 you know,
Right.
4x100 team popped up. You know, last year we tuned in this, that, and the other bit, but it didn't
ooh,
translate. It didn't translate into what they wanted last year, nor this year.
not at all. He says only one of them is a senior.
Yeah.
Oh, that's man. The
Hey,
only thing, you know what though, y'all need more depth, man. Y'all got to keep them kids from
That's
playing
all
both
it
sides of
is.
the ball. Keep
shout
them
out,
kids.
Shatar Twitty, man. We know you still represent T Town in here, man. You ain't vacated and went nowhere.
Mhm. Only one of them is a senior. Well, I look forward to y'all to seeing
Yeah,
y'all doing big things next year, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they're gonna do on that track
Hmm?
for
Yeah, I
sure.
mean, if you go back and look at it, let's be real. I don't know if they on the football team or not, but when you think about 2A, now I don't see nobody in 2A that had nobody running up and down that football field that can get on that track like those kids had down there in Swainsboro. I'm
Unless
sorry,
they,
for sure,
and
for sure.
one double A. I'm sorry. I mean
mm,
one single A. I don't see nobody running that like they was. So we should be really hearing some big things in the track season coming out of Swainsboro, Georgia.
For
Emmanuel
sure.
County.
yeah, Emmanuel County Highway
So,
1.
so with all that, with everything we've talked about tonight, the football season, Georgia high school football, has officially come to an end. So this is your chance. Rep your team. We got 3 minutes left in this broadcast. Rep your team. Put it up in the comments. From here on out, we tracking coaching vacancies getting filled and where these kids are going to school at to further their planned career and education.
And remember that we are going, instead of doing Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays and some Saturdays, we're going to a Wednesday only format. And thank you, Shatar, for listening. We certainly appreciate you and your comments.
Shout out to Peach County Trojan, Mr. Robert
That's
Terry.
right. Go Trojans.
Shout out Ware County, Cody Taylor. Shout out.
Hey,
Shout out,
man,
Cody.
forget all that. Shout out City Grove Migrations. Appreciate you, dog.
Shout
Number
out
one
them
City
Mighty
Grove
Peach
fan.
Trojans.
You said out loud, Northeast High School. Shout out
Shout out Tick with the Northeast Raiders.
with the Northeast Raiders. Shatar 20, please send an email to Friday Night Sports Talk, Friday Night Lights at gmail.com. Again, that's Sports Talk, Friday Night Lights at gmail.com.
Shout out Thompson, Shatar Twitty with them Thompson Bulldogs, state champion.
Yeah, congratulations, state champs.
Yep, you can go ahead and dust off some old rings now.
Oh, hush, boy, be quiet. Mr. 5, we going for 5 and 8. Hush.
Oh, my bad.
All right.
Don't worry, that's gonna be my slogan for next year.
I know it. Wear defense, best in the state. Numbers on line, 103 points allowed this year in 14 games. Stick your chest out, Cody. Stick your chest out. Y'all got something to be proud of.
Hey, stick your chest out until August. You got to August.
And then in August, it toss all over. Bet not lose. So we got less than a minute left. So we thank you guys for coming on and listening to us tonight. We'll be back this Wednesday to talk at y'all to see how and let you know what's going on and what we'll be talking about. So y'all tune in.
Oh yeah, that's it. And by the way, if y'all got any kids that you know of that's looking to be signed or committing to whatever college, man, shoot us an email, let us know so we can spotlight those kids and get that out there.
That's right. Good night, Mr. Robert. We gonna ignore that mess Tick put up. We talking about high school. We ain't talking about them cow bros.
Cowgirls.
Yeah, them cow sisters. About to think about them. So, with that being said, y'all have anything else to say?
No. The only thing I got to say is I just want to change my avatar real fast before we get off. Because at the end of the day, I still love my boys. I still love my school. I love my alumni. So, City Grove, it is what it is. Keep it moving. We're going to rebound and come back around next year. But on that, from the Wizard and from myself, Thursday B.S. Rollins, Esquire, I want to say thank y'all for giving us this opportunity to entertain you and keep you laughing during this high school football season.
Yes, sir.
It was a pleasure. It was a true pleasure.
Shout out to mighty Peach County Trojans, man. We coming back next year with a vengeance.
Trojans for life, baby.
And City Girl, we'll see you in Atlanta next year.
Whatever, you gonna see us on the sideline.
You gotta first get past Sandy Creek.
Hey, y'all gotta get past the second round.
Yeah, don't worry about us. We're gonna take care of that. Just worry about you. Just hope you ain't on our same bracket.
Coach, don't worry about Pepsi.
We sure ain't worried about y'all. We ain't worried about y'all. Great value.
Appreciate that, Tick. Appreciate that.
Man, I love y'all listeners, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in to us, keeping us relevant, making us grow. Thank you very much.
And still make sure you post in the group.
My last thing I like to say to y'all to end this football season: go Trojans, go Dogs, and go Falcons.
And you better not lose.
Peace up. A-Town down.
A-Town down. I don't mean to interrupt you. I am a Lego hater. Yes, I am
a Lego hater.
La 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 la. La 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 la. Hey, good night.
And that's a perfect way to end it, guys.
This is your Friday Night Lights podcast, photo and entertainment, and Middle Georgia sales and services.
Coke, don't worry about Pepsi. I had to go see a man about a meeting.
Look at here.
Now, who gonna do that when I'm doing what I'm doing? Don't interrupt.